Alright. I meant to film this earlier and like show you guys all the fun fall stuff that I put up. You know, because I went and I had my adventure last week where I tried to find fall stuff. Well, I was trying to find Halloween stuff. I went to 4 different stores and couldn't find Halloween stuff. I could find pumpkins and stuff, but it's like normal pumpkins. Well, I went to Gabe's today and I found one Halloween thing that I liked. I guess realistically, one thing. And I found some pumpkins with like some glittery cobweb things on them. And I found some glittery leaf garland. And I was like, this is perfect. And then I pulled down my eyeball model and was like, this is totally a Halloween decoration. It's just an eyeball. Yep, Halloween now. It's like perfect, right guys? It's perfect. So, I started out doing that. I also made way too much potato soup. I will be eating potato soup every day this week apparently because I don't know how to understand the comprehension that you are a single person and do not need to make enough soup for 10 servings. You know, that thought hasn't fully crossed through my brain yet. But Sunday, what did we do on Sunday? I listened to some Pet Cemetery, like on the way to my mom's house. My brain had no capacity for doing anything else. That was it. No capacity for doing anything. At all. And Monday, today, I finished Murder at the Mayfair Hotel. And you looked this up before I said it. It is Mayfair. I butchered this name, Mayview, Mayfair. I've been using them interchangeably this entire time. It is Mayfair Hotel. 5 stars. Loved it. Great cozy mystery. Excited for the second book. I already have a hold on the second book because I think I'd only be able to get them ebooks. Like, I don't think I'd be able to find them paperback in any store around here. But it's fine. It's fine, you know. I'll just get it from the library. The library loves when you borrow stuff from them, right? So I will just go to the library and get it. I'm on hold, though. It was great. That was a finish up from Amazing Readathon. My next focus will be Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating, because that's also a holdover from Amazing Readathon. Cozy mystery, though, for Murder at the Mayfair Hotel. I wasn't expecting 2 mysteries. You know, I was expecting the one, you know, murder. We all real nice start to that one. Well, then there's a silverware thief. But mind you, the year is 1899. This is very important stuff. This is like real silverware. Not the janky stuff you buy from Walmart. Hello, Miss Shelby. Anyways, so we only got solve 2 mysteries. They really didn't go into the silverware mystery too much. It was just like, it's this person, and they solved it, and there was like no resolution. Like, you didn't get to hear like, oh my gosh, let's confront them. Like, we didn't get to hear any of that. That's like, okay. It was great though. Yeah, I liked the murder. Our main character logically almost gets murdered herself because that's how these kind of things work, right? And those, you got some dry skin on you, girl. Thank you. I'll make room. But yes, you know, logically our main character almost has to die too. But it's fine. Everything's fine. Completely fine. She also gets some people fired, but it's fine. What do you want from me? Why are you rubbing your... I'm using that to hold the camera. You're on camera yet, girl. You're on camera yet. There you are. Oh, yes. Sniff the camera for everyone. They love it. We love when you stick your nose in things. So, again, I read, I've been reading Assassin's Creed. I first started it in February, read 12 pages, set it down, didn't pick it up back up for months and months and months. So I restarted it in July and was like, I'll just read this in between stuff during Amazing Readathon. So literally that never happened. So I finished the second novella in it today. So we did right before bed. And I was debating on starting the third one, but I'm kind of tired. I was falling asleep while reading it. Not that it was boring. I'm really tired. And I do have to work in the morning, and it is like past 9:30. So I may just turn on Extreme Cheapskates because I found it on YouTube for free with ads, which is dumb. Why I was excited about this because I have Discovery Plus and could probably find it on Discovery Plus. It is a TLC show. I also know it was on Hulu at one point. Because I watched all of it on Hulu, but I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I want to watch the Extreme Cheapskates while I go to bed. So, I will deal with this one. Yes, very curious. Put your face closer to things. Oh, you taking the stairs down. Okay, goodbye! It's me on a Tuesday night, surprising after I filmed, a clip last night. I've been real bad about filming my clips on time. So, yesterday, what did I read yesterday, guys? Like, my brain done broke. I swear my brain is broke anymore. Oh, I finished Murder at the Mayfair Hotel. I already discussed that, my brain broke. So, I had my last holdover from Amazing Readathon, which was Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. And I originally started this one for Beijing because it had some cursive font on the cover. And I set it down. I was like, I'm just not going to finish this before the next prompt drops, So I ended up picking Love Light Farms instead. Well, I know why I'm just going to finish Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. I wasn't really enjoying myself. Like, for most of it, a good chunk of it, up to I read the first 100 pages during it. And I was feeling like, Like, I've read two other Christina Laurens. I've read In a Holidays and The Unhoneymooners. Love both of them. But I was feeling like, And then I read a good 75 pages during my lunch day, and then I went and finished the book tonight. So I, finished the majority of the book today. And I know y'all are going to tell me, why didn't you DNF this? Because you were And, it kept going downhill. And just disclaimer, this will include spoilers right here. Because I'm going to rant about it. I'm giving it 2 stars. Because I don't have to give 1 star first of all. So I'm giving it 2 stars. Because it was a 3 and it started taking. It did things I hate in romance books. I hate the stupid, oh, we're friends, but we're not gonna date. We could never date, but they're in love with each other. And it was too much. It's one thing, and I shouldn't say I hate it, that stuff, but I hate when it goes on for literally 85% of the book. This shit goes on. That's ridiculous. You can get away with maybe 20-25%. And if you're a best friend and you're all in together by 25%, it's done. I'm over it. Because it's still not dating. So that was strike 1. And I can overlook it if it's written well. Strike 2. Unplanned pregnancy trope. And not only is it the unplanned pregnancy trope, it's the partner accidentally finds out the other one's pregnant from something stupid. And not only that, but then he thinks it's someone else. So, Josh found out someone was pregnant because he saw the pregnancy test in his sister's trash can, and then he assumed it was his sister. Which, it's the logical conclusion, but, you as the reader know it's Hazel. You know this. Also, I feel like the pregnancy thing was, set up a mile away. It was, way before the whole Emily mentioned tampon. And she's like, oh my god. And Hazel's like, oh my god, I haven't had a period for 2 months. It was set up, with the whole, wine thing already and the feeling nauseous. It was already being set up. And you could tell, okay, she's pregnant. It's just a trope I hate. I absolutely hate that trope. It's an automatic star deduction for me. Automatic. And then, third strike for this book. It did something I despise in books. I can love the book, and I'm not saying I don't give these books sometimes 5-star ratings yet, but I despise the cop-out where the author goes from the last chapter and we go to the epilogue and we skipped 5+ years. Even 2 years, even a year is too much. You could maybe do a few months and I could let it go, but once you get over that year mark, this is a cop-out ending. This is a cop-out epilogue. You got lazy, you got bored. You didn't want to finish the story. And what does it do? It skips years. I don't even know how many years it skips. More than 3 because their second child isn't mentioned and there are 3 in it. So then you gotta think, okay, then 4 for because she was pregnant with him. Like, it's over 4 years, you know that. And realistically, it's probably over 5. And like, I think it should. I don't even know if they mentioned how old the first one is in there. I like just started skimming through it. I think I was so done. I was so done with it. And the ending, the last chapter before the epilogue, was a cop-out. How are you going to sit there and go, okay, they had sex, and Hazel's bleeding, and then Josh finds out that Hazel's pregnant, and she's still bleeding, which, you know, is concerning in pregnancy, like, you're bleeding, like, okay, I'm not gonna say, you know, it's common, but it's also scary, you know, like, for some reasons, it's very common for you to bleed during pregnancy, but there are, you know, scary reasons. And they set it up like she's potentially having a miscarriage. And then you know how they fucking cut it off? You know how they cut it off? Her being in the doctor's office, I'm like, Hazel, you can come back. And then right into the epilogue, 5+ years later, no. You know what? The more I'm going to argue about this, I might change my rating to a 1. Yeah, I'm going to change my rating to a 1. You had 3 strikes. Actually, 4 strikes. So that ending, that last chapter is a 4 strike. You have 4 strikes for this book. Each strike, you're going down a star. I changed my mind. It's no longer a 2, it's a 1. Sufficiently convinced me, guys. My talking this out sufficiently convinced me this is a 1. I hated this book. Absolutely despise. 4 strikes. We're done. We're done. So, now that we got that all out of the way, I think I can now start going into my pick pong books. I can, like, sufficiently say, like, okay, we can start venturing into pick pong. And my first pick, my virtual roll here, pull up my sticky note. So my first one was Independent, which is an ebook that I picked. It's called A Match for a Marine. I may not start with that one, simply because I am still currently reading an ebook, and I want to finish this ebook because it's not a holdover for Amazing Readathon. It's from July, which is actually from February. It's Assassin's Blade. I want to finish Assassin's Blade. I have gotten a good chunk through it. I'm at 28% now. So I feel like I should focus on that. And I only have a few more short stories in it, I think. So, what is it, 5 short stories, I think? I'm on the Assassin in the Desert. So, I have 3, including this one. So I feel like maybe if I do 1 a day, starting tomorrow, because I'm not going to do it tonight, because it's like 10:17. But, thinking maybe, yeah, 1 a night. Will that be sufficient? Maybe? And in the meantime, for a physical book, I will probably start, I'm thinking The Wishing Game, which is my poll pick. Simply because I have a buddy read that's starting on the 7th for it, and I think I'll be able to balance Assassin's Blade and The Wishing Game fairly evenly. So, yeah. I think that's where we're going to go. I think we're going to go to The Wishing Game. Convinced, guys. I'm convinced. So, that's all I have for Tuesday night, besides the fact that I did a book haul today. I got 16 books. 4 of them are for my niece. For under $60. But I will not share what I got here. There is already a book haul up on my channel with all of that information. I went and shared all my books, why I picked them, what I'm planning. Some of them I'm already planning videos for. So that is all in my AAUW Book Haul 2023 video, which is linked. So that's all I have for tonight. Time has passed. So, I didn't read on Wednesday. Thursday, I did listen to some more Pet Cemetery. It's going great. We're at like 57%. And, it's going pretty decent, I'm seeing why my friend was freaked out, because, what made me really excited to read this one is that my best friend told me that it gave her nightmares. And I was like, ooh, exciting, perfect, I love it. And it's going great. It's just, I can see why it gave her nightmares, but I'm not there personally, And now it is Friday night. I was going to read more on Thursday. I was actually going to start my next book on Thursday night. But then my friend called me and said, it's an emergency. I can't get a hold of my sister, which is also my friend. It's an emergency. I need to get some drinks and food. So we went to Beer Barrel, which is not a wide common restaurant. I know it's not. Most of them are in Ohio. There's one in Indiana, maybe one in Michigan. It's a sports bar. We went out there. I drank Absolute vodka lemonades with dragon fruit in it, which is basically like the Starbucks dragon fruit refresher, but with vodka in it. Amazing. Can't even taste it. I had like 3 of them. And we got food, and by the time we finished eating, her sister got back, and then was upset that we were out together, and she had to come out, so then we were out together for a while. It was fine. It was fine. Everything was taken care of. It's just she got like bad news on her student teaching stuff. Like bad news is who they placed her with for a local school for her to do her student teaching so she can graduate. Apparently no longer works for the school. Which, poses a problem when you need a student teach to graduate. I don't know what the solution is, but she needed to bank that off her chest, which is completely fine. So no, as I said, it's Friday night now. It's like 10:30 because I went and cleaned the entire apartment first, logically. And we are going to start The Wishing Game by Meg Shafer. This is a book of the month pick. It is actually from June, so this is me being on top of this. I usually don't read these books. When there's a backlog of 20-some books from Book of the Month. Actually, it's probably higher than that now. What's my backlog at? It's not 20. It's 22, which I guess isn't horrible. It's not horrible. It's just not very good either. So, goal is going to be... it looks like it's not that long, so I'm hoping I can finish this, knock this out in the next day or so. I'm going to start it tonight. And hopefully we can knock it out by, the end of tomorrow. And then I think I might jump into another Book of the Month pick. But I may also jump into an ebook because I got the ebook of Jackal about a week ago. And now I have 2 weeks left to read the ebook. But I also need to finish Assassin's Blade. I have so much stuff I need to read, guys. Oh my gosh. And I gotta finish Pet Cemetery. That's my other goal this weekend, is I want to finish Pet Cemetery. Which is 6 hours and 45 minutes, basically, that I have left. Which I'm listening on 2.5. I tried to listen to a little bit faster, but whoever's narrating this is very fast. I didn't listen to who was narrating it. Michael C. Hall. Yeah, he kind of reads fast. And it was up at 275, and I was like, boy, okay, you're speaking faster than the last audiobook I listened to. Then I just found out I also got the audiobook for Thursday Murder Club, which I wasn't expecting that for another 2 months because I've been on hold. Which is ridiculous when I can say that. Because I've been on hold since December 29th. But we're only down to 2 holds, and one of them I've purposely set to deliver after the 20th because it's It by Stephen King, and it's my October Stephen King book. So I wanted to push that one off a little bit, and then I read Murder at the Mayfair Hotel, and I really liked it. So I placed a hold on book 2 in the series. And I'm excited about that one too. But we need to obviously get some reading done. My brother has football from 11 to 2 tomorrow. And I need to make an early lunch because he has football from 11 to 2. So, like, clearly he needs to eat beforehand. So, I'm going to have to start probably, like, 9:45 making lunch, which is ridiculous. So he has time to eat before football practice. Well, he has his flag football game. Then he has football practice for contact football afterwards. This is a mess, guys. The next few weeks are going to be a mess with football. Okay, so it is Sunday morning, and I meant to film a clip last night, but then I laid down on the couch and started watching 90 Day Fiancé Season 8, which is the COVID one, and I fell asleep. So, update now, what did I read on Saturday? I listened to some more of Stephen King's Pet Sematary. Let's just say the man should not write smut scenes in his books. You're too much like a dad for that, you know? And the smut scene isn't doing anything for anyone, so we should just, not do it, right? Like, just do Fade to Black, bro. Like, this isn't doing anything for anyone. Please don't try to write smut scenes, sir. Moving on, I started the wishing game, which I've been saying I want to start for days, like a week. I'm gonna start the wishing game. I finally started the wishing game yesterday. It's good so far. I didn't realize going into it, it's like a Willy Wonka retelling. And now I really want to watch Willy Wonka, so I'm on trying to find out where it's streaming. I think it's at Hulu, and I think my brother's Hulu is still logged into the TV. Will he hate me? Yes. He'll get over it. But, I didn't realize that going in, but it makes sense, they'll read it, and it's going really well. It's a debut novel, so it's actually working really well. But, conundrum, I have several questions. So there's a prologue, knowing it's now a Willy Wonka retelling, I'm pretty sure this is the mastermind is basically Willy Wonka, right? He was the mastermind. But I have other questions, like the teacher's aide, Lucy. She's our main character. She's for the most part, our narrator. What's her obsession with Christopher? I'm failing to see this connection so far. I'm only on chapter 6. I just finished chapter 6, so I just got through part 1. But why is she so attached to Christopher? I know Christopher lost his parents, and it seems to be something very traumatic that it involves a phone, which we need answers there. What happened that involves a phone, and that he's terrified of phones now? We need answers. 2, he's in foster care, but why is she so obsessed with him? And I don't know why, no one else, I'm buddy reading this, and no one else in my buddy read has gotten that far yet, I'm the only one who started it. Why is nobody questioning Lucy's attachment to a child? She's a teacher's aide, and it seems like she has an unhealthy obsession with him. She needs to adopt him. Why does she feel that need? Why do you feel that need? It's a curious question. Why do you need to be the one who adopts him from foster care? I'm failing to see the connection yet. Granted, we're still fairly early in the book, but I don't get it. I don't get that connection yet, bro. No one else is questioning it though, so I guess I have to wait till everyone else gets there and see what they think on my comments on it. I also have questions about Lucy's backstory, which, ironically, as soon as I commented that on Chapter 5, at the beginning of Chapter 5 delves into Lucy's background. And while I understand her background more, and maybe that's why she feels a connection to Christopher, your parents just not paying attention to you growing up is not the same as your parents dying, and you being traumatized from their death. Christopher's are not. So I fail to see that connection yet. Like, I'm getting you feel like the sense of like not having parents, but really you do have parents yet. I mean, and your sister was chronically ill, so I would expect that they would pay more attention to your sister. Not saying that her feelings aren't valid, that, you know, she doesn't feel like she was loved enough because her sister was chronically ill and her parents devoted all of their attention to her. But I'm just gonna be honest, they probably should have paid more attention to her because she was in the hospital all the time. They should have also paid attention more to Lucy, yes. But I mean, I can see both sides of it. You know what I'm saying? Lucy's feelings are valid, but I don't see the connection to Christopher yet with this. But that's pretty much all I did on Saturday. I mean, I brought my brother to his football, which he did great. He had an interception, and it's flag football, so he got 2 tackles, which means he just pulled their flag. And then we watched the OSU game, and they won. Not surprising, but, you know, we watched the OSU game, and now we got some more stuff to go do.